I was 18, so I got this at 17. I had to have a parent sign. My first tattoo was gonna be with this girl I met. We worked at my first job was Dunkin' Donuts. We became like instant friends. She got a tattoo. She's like, oh, we should get like best friends tattoos. Go to my family. They're like, no. If you're gonna get a tattoo, it needs to be meaningful and not that. The same girl I went to take a tattoo, we don't even talk no more. But the story about that and men are dogs. We used to work together. This man knew we were friends. This girl used to come over my house, right? This nigga was still trying to get with me. And this nigga had a baby. No, he didn't have a baby. He had a girlfriend with 2 kids. They're not his, that he was just staying at that woman's house so he has a place to stay. Fucking my friend in the motel, and then trying to get me and be like, oh no, you eat seafood, so you're too expensive for me. Nigga, I didn't want you in the first place. You broke. You're like 25, I'm 17, and you're broke. Why the fuck would I want you? So, so that's my first tattoo. At 18, my family told me another thing. It has to be meaningful. So I got a dove. There's a lot of spiritual meaning with doves if you go into there. I got a dove, and then it's a sparrow tail. There's a little thing on there. So if you want to dive into spirituality, get your meaning of this. So a dove to remind me that I'm free. That's my second tattoo. This is where it goes complicated, because after that, I don't know my timeline. So I'm like looking at my skin, and I'm like, after this, oh, okay, so after my dove, I have a compass. Now it's really bad. Ooh, I'm like showing all my skin. It's like really bad, but I got it in Dominica. It's a compass. It has no like sense of direction. When I was getting it, I was like leaning like this the entire time. The entire time I was getting the tattoo like this, just standing up like this. Horrible. Not horrible, because I don't remember it. So, I wanted to get a compass to remind me I can go anywhere. It's winter, so bitch ain't shaving. So the next one is New Beginning. I got that in Dominica in 2013, and that's kind of where not one of my spiritual awakening kind of started. Was New Beginning. After that, then it was this. The only way out is through. It's kind of hard to see, but it says the only way out is through. It literally means what it is. The only way out of any situation, you have to go through it. To get out of any situation, you have to go through it, else you'll just be stuck, bitch. Next, this one is more when I got my understanding of sacred geometry. I think I got it in this was 2017, so probably 2018. So all this is part of spiritual awakening. 2018, this is when I understood sacred geometry. If you get into there, there's something with a triangle. If you get there, there's something with circles. So, and then you can make a lot out of that. So that's all I'm gonna say with that. But this is my sacred geometry. Loved it. From there, Lord Jesus Christ, there's a lot of questions. It might be my unknown. Yes, it's this. Pray to God. From this, then it's my annulum. Love it. So from here, it's kind of like going through your paths. This is a lotus, but half the time it reminds me of a cannabis thing. But anyway, it kind of starts here. This is more of a masculine one, I believe. But you start here in your beginning. As you go through life, all these are the what's the best way? The challenges you'll go through life. So as you go through these, all these are the bumps and challenges, and eventually you reach your enlightenment. And then this just goes up to your enlightenment when you finally reach the straight path, right? So you reach your enlightenment. Then I got God is greater than my highs and lows. God is greater than your highs and lows, your ups and downs, however you want to say it. This is kind of like a family tattoo. A few of us have it in my family. After that, this is a moth. Unless you know the moth mythology, a lot of people think this is a butterfly. And I love this more than anything because it's one of those things where it represents me sometimes. Like, I feel I'm a moth. I'm more out in night, even though I sleep early, but I'm more towards the moon than I am the sun. And it goes through the same thing as a butterfly. And a lot of people don't understand or the representation and or meaning of a moth when it comes to how is it affected in our lives, especially silkworms and stuff like that. Those moths are out during the day, and we need those for clothing and stuff soon. So yeah, my moth. After that, this is for my mental health. I've always wanted it, and at first I was really upset because this is not as close as I wanted to, but eventually I'll add on to this. I actually missed one in this whole like ordeal. That's why I have too many tattoos. This is one of my favorite ones. Agape, literally one of my favorite tattoos. It means unconditional love, and I did not have it for myself. I got this tattoo before a lot of these, so I can't remember exactly when I got this, but when I got it, and honestly, I'm brushing my teeth and I will look at my, like, this is where some of these tattoos, I'll be brushing my teeth, washing my face, and reminding myself unconditional love for me. So that's one of my big tattoos. Love it. I'm trying to make sure I have nothing else. Okay, so I just want to show this real quickly. So this is a Dharma wheel. It's like, whoo. This is a Dharma wheel. So I got my Dharma wheel. Let me get the Dharma wheel real quick because it's one of my favorite ones. So yeah, right intentions, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right meditation, right view. So it's just something like to constantly kind of remind yourself, just like we have our 10 commandments type of thing, right? So at least in the Dharma way is like right view, right? How do you want to keep your life to you type of thing. So I got my Dharma wheel. I'm like, did I get any more tattoos? Oh. I'm like, did I get any more tattoos? But that's the thing about tattoos. You have so many that you fucking forget. You have so many. So one of my favorite ones is this one right here. So this, let me get it out because this tattoo right here is a water droplet. So the first thing, this is a mindfulness tattoo. So if you literally go on Pinterest, you'll find mindfulness. Now, I got this tattoo, was it last year? I don't even know at this point. So I got this tattoo. I hope you can see it. It's kind of hard. So this is the water droplet type of thing. So you take a drop, think of a water, think of just a drop of water. You have it, it starts at the beginning, it's in the air. It has to make contact into the water or the pool, pond, whatever, and then it disperses out. Even though it disperses out, the water droplet will still come down at the bottom. So what it's saying is the beginner's mind, as it goes down, you have to trust the process. You have to let go because it will make contact with the water as it disperses out, and that energy keeps going in waves. So that will keep disrupting. This will disperse, and this will affect everything else around it. And then even though to make contact, there is still something happening underneath. It's one of those things, as above, so below. Buddha. Anyway, so you at the bottom, but you still have to breathe, honestly. And in there, you're accepting, there's patience, there's non-judgment, non-striving. So I saw this mindfulness tattoo, and I was like, I love it. And then while I saw this tattoo, the mindfulness one, I told myself I reached an enlightenment, but you have more enlightenments to go. So while trying to design my tattoo, right, I'm like, this is the same tattoo. Sorry. I'm like, it's hard to see. This is the same tattoo, but while trying to design it, I'm like, let the bottom here be a yogi. Because at the bottom in my base, I want to be calm. Because this is your, at the bottom of my base, I want to be in a nirvana type of state, right? And this is still the beginning of my annulum. And then all this for me is for me to get my enlightenment, because there's still this. This is still part of my water droplet. This right here is my middle as it disperses out. It's hard to see, but these are my water droplets going out. And that's how I had my, as water is connected, this is my water connection with spirituality. This is my waves connection with spirituality, with quantum mechanics. This is my reaching my enlightenment, Buddha, and all this. Again, what else? This is the physical part, because there's a physical action of dropping something. So this is my physical reality. Going under is a different type of reality. When it hits the water, is me being present. All this represents who I am in a meditative, keeping calm state. But it took, if you pay attention to these like tattoos, I had to start with death. I had to remind myself that I am free. I had to understand, at least for me, I had to understand my sacred geometry and how is this in my reality, because a bitch loves math. After that, morphing into my own self type of thing. After morphing into my own self, I have to remind myself my mother is close to me, my family's on here, I have unconditional love for myself. As I'm going through all these changes, I then realize my dharma, keep it karma. Let me tell you, I don't fuck with karma. Once I met karma, I don't fuck with karma. I don't fuck with karma at all. Karma tell me if I do something today, in 5 seconds it gonna happen to me. I tell karma, kiss ass. I say, karma, I will do good. Because you tell me if I do something now, you going to be a bitch and do it to me literally 5 seconds later. I ain't waiting a week for my karma. I'm not waiting a month for my karma. The only karma I want is good karma. So when karma come, I'll just look at karma and I'll be like, bitch, you ain't for me. So what I'm trying to tell you, keep your karma clean, okay? Keep karma clean. Because if you do karma and dharma, you'll live a peaceful life. Okay, back to me. So after I got these, mindfulness, right? This is my last one. A bitch thought she was doing shit. Fuck that. Enlightenment, not helping. Reminding right mind, trying to stay peace, doing all this, doing all this ain't helping. All these tattoos, thank you so much, it didn't help. What really helped me in my spiritual awakening is the final conclusion of understanding, and I made another video and I'm gonna say it till a bitch can't say it no more. Waking up from a dream of really like a snake eating itself, because I've been having dreams of snakes before. But really waking up from a dream of a snake eating itself and consciously waking up and understanding, like I honestly was waking up, consciously getting up, right? Like you're still in the dream, understanding the dream as you wake up. You know, like when you're lucid dreaming and you're slowly losing the dream and you're coming back to reality and you want to go back. I wasn't trying to go back to this one. But as I'm waking, I'm like, whoa, I really understand what it means to eat yourself and go in rebirth, reincarnation. I don't know how to say the word. That type of shit. And as I'm going through it, the cycle, the birth and death cycle, every movie that shows you birth and death, every movie that prepares you for death. And that's how I end it. That's how I end everything. At the end of this is summing up to take care of yourself. Pay attention to you. These are tattoos that I put to represent and remind me that I am in control. And